Hi everybody, Dr. Jenny Sue here. I am excited in this quick video to share with you Google Jamboard. Jamboard is one of my favorite Google apps I love to use to make my courses interactive. Think of it as a real-time interactive whiteboard. So come along and let me show you how you can use this tool in your classroom. To start developing a Jamboard, you want to open up your Gmail. And then you're going to go over here to your Google Apps and you're going to open that up. Scroll down until you see Jamboard and you're going to click that. As you can see, I've been playing with Jamboard for quite a while and I have lots of jam sessions. I'm going to come down here to the lower right-hand corner and see where the plus sign is. If I hover over it, it'll say New Jam. So I want to click that, and this will bring up my Jamboard slide. Now I'm going to go ahead and you can title it. I'm just going to say Sample Jam, but you can title it for the title of your lesson, whatever you want to call it. Now, just to kind of get our way around Jamboard, up here at the top, what I want you to do is think about Jamboard as a set of slides that move in a linear fashion, and you can either go left or to the right. And if I click this right, you'll notice the number up here changes. And when I expand the frame bar, you'll see I actually have 2 slides now. So Jamboard, by adding slides, I can actually customize and create slides for each student in my classroom, and they can work on their assigned slides. And I would simply say, John, your slide is number 1. Sarah, your slide is number 2. And whatever items are on their slides, they would go to their slide and they would finish their work. And then I could come back to the Jamboard link and look at it, grade it, give feedback on it, whatever I needed to do. So that's how you can add extra slides in. I'm going to go ahead and just delete this for our purposes, and I'm going to collapse this frame. You can set the background, so I can actually put dots, lines, a grid. So think about the possibilities of this. So we could be graphing, and students could be building graphs together. We could be writing and, just modeling that. Or let's say I wanted to put a picture. And again, what I love about it is I can do a Google search from within this, and I can say atom, and I can find pictures of atoms. And I really like this one. So I'm going to set as the frame background here. And there's my frame. What's really nice about this is that it can't be moved. So you could create a PowerPoint slide that has a question on it that is your background. You save that PowerPoint slide as a JPEG, and then you upload that JPEG into Jamboard, and students can't delete it unless they go here and they set the background and they delete it themselves. So again, it's one way that you could make sure you have that background set and the questions set. Okay, the other piece that we could do, and this clear frame is how you clear the frame. Again, I want to tell my students this isn't what they need to use, but there's the pen over here on our left-hand side. There's all these great tools. So I have a pen that I can write with. There's an eraser that I can erase what I've just written. My pointer. And then this one is one that I used quite often. This is the sticky note. So in the activities that I'm going to show you in just a second, I have the students use a sticky note and they respond to a question in real time. And so if I'm doing this in the classroom, students are working on their Chromebooks and they're real time putting their responses up. So I could go, hi, this is Dr. Flanagan. I can change my color, whatever I would like. I could have no color. But again, you can also assign students colors if you want to see their responses specific to them. And then the sticky note pops up. If I click on the sticky note, I can drag it anywhere on the slide. I can also make it larger. I can make it smaller. If I click here, I can expand it. I can go back and I can edit it. So again, sticky notes is one way that students can respond to their answers. They can also add an image. Again, we can Google search or they can load up that image. There is also a text box that students can actually write. And then laser kind of highlights. Again, if you wanted to use that feature. But what I love about this is it's just a way to create engagement. So let me go back here and I'm going to just show you one of my Jamboards that I did. This is a strategy called Graffiti Wall. Now in the classroom, Graffiti Wall would be these pictures, or I'd have poster boards up on the wall and they would go and respond to the pictures underneath or the poster boards. In a digital environment, students would actually respond here. So the question students were given is, what do you think a habitat is? And so students had to just post their sticky notes up on the graffiti wall. Let's actually go here and look at interpreting data. So this was a See, Wonder. So I like to use the strategy See, Think, Wonder. See, Wonder is a modified version of it. And so I asked my students, what do you see when you look at this graph? And so I'm going to move some of these statements out of the way because this is all what students actually said. But you can see with the graph here, this is the mass, beginning and mass of a piece of chewing gum that students chewed. And this is a graph for midway and the final after 5 minutes. And so I asked my students to just describe what they see. And so you can see, well, to some of our students, the mass reduced by half. They said the beginning data is very consistent, which it is. It was almost 6 grams for almost all of the students' piece of gum. They all said there were 9 students. They said purple gains mass in the last measurement. So wow, what happened with that? Again, you can see the questions. So what were you wondering? So on the right-hand side, students put all of their questions. So again, this is a way that you can make interactivity, your classroom engaging by having them use their Chromebooks. But if I was doing this in the classroom, I would actually have students have conversations about this. So we would actually read out all the responses and then we would talk about it. I would have students talk to each other. I might ask students, what's one thing that you see that you agree with or you found interesting that someone observed? And then what's one question that you also found interesting? And so I might have them converse. So Jamboard is just an interactive whiteboard in real time. So students can use this at home, say everybody goes on at a certain time and they respond, or you give students a window of time, they have to go on and put their sticky note. The best part is you can come back and you can see how the students responded. So again, when you're doing Jamboard, make sure that you share so that anyone that has that link can respond to it. So you need to set your sharing privileges over here. I can't tell you the number of times that I have actually done a Jamboard and forgot to share that slide so that my students could be editors. They have to be able to edit in order to add to it. So Jamboard's just a really, really fun way to create engagement, not only in your classroom, but also in a virtual setting. So I hope this video has helped you to see how you could use Jamboard as an interactive whiteboard. Happy jamming, friends!